Okay. So they're setting up the meeting now. Okay. Are we here? Are we in it? So they're setting up. Oh, okay. Now. This is kind of trippy. I probably shouldn't look at this. Okay. Are we here? Are we in it? Okay. So wait a second for some people to come online. Hi, guys. It's so good to see you guys. Make sure everything is working. Oh, thank you guys. That's so nice. Okay, so I guess let's just go ahead and get started. So the reason we are live streaming today is because I am live streaming with my amazing friend, Kay Moon. Kay Moon is a Western astrologer and twin flame channel. She has a YouTube channel that I will have linked down below that I will link down below. Her work focuses on helping twins and lightworkers stay centered on the path of love in their connections. She is joining us for a live energy update for twins and divine connections for the end of 2022. So, Kay, do you want to go ahead and say hi?
Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited we get to do this. Thank you so much for having me share the good when it comes to the stars, when it comes to this stuff. The one thing I want to make sure that I say though, is that you don't have to be a twin flame to like resonate with the work, right?
Yes.
And I think that's kind of like how you and I really initially connected is that like even regardless of the labels, like we just vibed because it was like really about the love.
Yes, first and foremost, for sure.
Totally. So I will share a little about kind of the vibes when it comes to love and the stars, because we know love readings is like one of the most popular readings you do on your channel.
Yes,
People seem to love that. So I'm going to share some stuff about the stars for the end of 2022 and into 2023. And then I have like a special gift for your subscribers, just as my way of saying thank you for being such an awesome friend to me. As like the minute we started to get to know each other, like I think I read for you, you read for me, and it just, oh my God, I was like, holy cow, who is this woman with this gift?
Oh, thank you.
And so it was wonderful in the energy exchange, and you've been such a blessing to me, such a high vibrational light being for me. And I just really wanted to be a thank you to you and your world as well. So we have got a special gift for your subscribers, but I figured I would share some stuff first. What you guys see in front of you, if you've never seen anything like this before, this is an astrological chart. This is the chart of the full moon that we just had on November 8th, which was kind of a BFD in the world of astrology because it was a lunar eclipse. And so you guys may have noticed as we came into the energy of the full moon that was a couple weeks ago and the new moon just before that, new moon in Scorpio, there was a lot of intensity going on in the air. I'm curious, I'm hanging out in the chat with you guys. Did you guys experience a lot of like intensity as well during the last full moon? Like, have the last couple of weeks been like crazy? I'm really curious. Matt, was it intense for you last couple of weeks?
Oh my God. Like it's been.
Oh, you muted yourself. Unmute yourself.
Oh, I did. I didn't mute. Muted. I think I'm on. I don't. It says I'm not on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's been intense. It's been a lot, but I feel like these times always have massive opportunities for growth. And I feel like when things do get challenging for me, there's always like a silver lining or something to learn that just makes me feel like more powerful, like I've leveled up in a way. So I kind of take the difficult times in stride.
Right on. I totally get that. And it's a smart way to go. This particular difficult time would have been fraught with a lot of, I've been like secretly, like when I know you watched some of the videos, I put down you even emailed me about the last one. You're like, girl, what is going on with this energy? Um, but I've been like secretly nicknaming this season the season of bright lights and hard truths, where some way, one form or another in all of our lives, because of the eclipses and because of a little thing called Saturn square Uranus. This is the planet Saturn down here in Aquarius and Uranus over here in Taurus at a 90-degree angle of tension. They've been squaring each other back and forth since last year. Because of this little combo and the eclipses, everyone has been like under fire when it comes to making something new happen in their lives. Make something new, do a new thing. You cannot continue to do the old thing. So for some people, this has like totally been about like health and well-being and mental health and like dealing with body image stuff and getting to a healthy place with their body. Because Taurus, where Uranus sits, deals with the body, and Uranus is all about upgrades. It's about the new and the next. Taurus also deals with money. So for other people, this has been about the way you're making your money has got to shift. There's an upgrade in the heavens and the stars for you. But for other people with Saturn in the mix, Saturn's about integrity. It's about boundaries. And Aquarius is about the people we rock with. It's about friends. And so there's been a real need to either upgrade the friendship group, up level the goals, up level your boundaries around the way you go about getting to your goals and really doubling down on what it is you say you want. Like if that's what you want, put your money where your mouth is. You want to be a doctor? Well, you're going to have to go to school. Oh, you want to be married? You're going to have to stop messing around in the world of I'll take whoever comes along. You're going to have to get serious, right? And so the two of these have been trying to basically drag us into our heart's desires and our higher selves for about a year and some change now. And they squared each other because they went forward, back, and then forward again, both of them. That means they got in this 90-degree angle position 6 different times. And we just experienced 6 of 6. Oh my goodness. And in a 2022 year where the like year number is also 6, like there's definitely some vibes around getting into our own divine perfection and getting off of our BS. Whatever your format of that is, I have certainly been called out by the universe in my life around things that I need to shift. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Thank you for the mirror, but please turn down the lights. I can't see. So it's been a lot of interesting energy flying around. And I'm just curious if you guys can tell us in the chat, have you guys had a lot of energy flying around for you as well, where it's been like, yeah, I recognize there's some things I need to up level. Like in 2023, I just can't be the same me. I've got to do some new stuff. And in what area of life are you recognizing the changes are happening for you? Is it money? Is it health? Is it mental health? Is it work? Is it friends? Is it family? Is it love? Is it home? Are you recognizing you got to move? Like, is it school? I'm really curious where you have found yourself going, okay, yeah, I'm just really ready for new. Um, I see a lot of yes in the chat, a lot of totally, so much, absolutely. Anna says not really. That's a good sign. If you're not feeling it, it might actually be that you've already been changing. You've already been evolving so that because there's been no procrastination for you, you might actually be having the experience of being right on track, no pressure, and I'm jealous. And can I sign up for whatever you've got? Yeah, some people say complete life overhaul, all aspects, a lot of obstacles, Iris says, home and family. Yeah. Okay. So you guys get it. You totally get it. And so the other thing that's happening that's dragging us into the new and next is Uranus, this God spark energy, the hand of the divine. This is like quantum leap, the new and the next. It has been meeting up with the North Node. Now, Uranus takes like 84 years to get around the wheel. Some of us don't even live that long. But when it talks to the North Node, which is the direction of all of our lessons and growth, it's the season that we're all in that governs our eclipse cycle, that North Node. It demands that all of our lives up level, quantum leap, timeline shift, move in a new direction, higher vibration. So it's really been pushing us into this high vibe energy, but it's coming with if you want the new, you got to let go of the hand of the old. The other reason that we're feeling that kind of pressure is because Pluto is popping out of Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. And with Pluto in Capricorn, it's been here since 2008. Now, some of you remember in 2008, there was a housing crash in the fall. We had this like housing bubble, like collapse or burst. And economically, there was like what they call the Great Recession in 2008. And a lot of people lost money during that time. That was the shift of Pluto out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn. Now, next year in 2023, Pluto's going to come out of Capricorn and go into Aquarius. So there'll be another major shift. Now, I'm not predicting an economic collapse or anything, but I am saying that because Pluto, the ruler of power and our relationship to our fears, is leaving one sign and going to another, that's another completion of another major cycle. When Pluto landed in Capricorn, a lot of our institutions strengthened. We saw a bit more absolute power start to show up in government and schools and banks and financial institutions. We saw a lot of ways in which these kinds of institutions strengthened and solidified their ability to kind of do whatever they wanted. Now, what's thrilling to me is we move into Aquarius. I know some of you are in college or doing postgraduate work. Aquarius is the sign of the people, the revolution. It's the sign that deals with the collective. And as power, Pluto, moves into Aquarius, it's going to restore the power to the people. So many people have been like excited about student loan debt cancellation. I'm predicting that something like that is going to show up. There's a lot of energy and excitement and momentum around collectives coming together to share resources in communities now in ways that they never have before. Open source information is going to start to come forward even more to raise the vibration and frequency of humanity. And so I'm excited to see Pluto in Aquarius and the power get restored to the people. But because Pluto's ending in the sign of structure, and the structures we previously had, we got to let go of the old if we want to take hold of the new. And the final but most exciting thing for those of you who else is on a love story? Who else is like dealing with love, has a divine counterpart, has someone who their heart is in love with? Put it in the chat if you've got love going on in your life or you're looking for love. I'd love to know if you're ready for new love or restored love. We've got a big deal coming in the world of love. And that what's happening in the world of love that hasn't happened in a long time. It's been like 7 years. I read for divine counterparts, whether you're looking for a soulmate or a twin flame, or you're looking for some other sort of deep and spiritual love to find your spiritual home in the heart with another. I read the planets Jupiter, which in traditional astrology represents husbands. And Juno, who most traditional astrologers are only just starting to recognize in the mythology, Juno is Jupiter's wife on Mount Olympus. These two are coming together for the first time in 7 years, igniting and sparking a wave of divine connections starting to unfold. They're going to meet up right here in the sign of Aries for the first time since 2015. And this constitutes what I call union energy. And the union energy is for all of us in the way that it's going to put a ripple effect of a call of love all over the earth for all of 2023. So I'm super pumped about that because in 2015, some of you probably met someone significant, 2015, 2014, 2016, that time period. You may recall you met someone significant, had a significant love relationship. 2023 is going to bring that in even more. So it's an exciting time for love. And I have a couple of key dates that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you are a student of astrology, you love looking at the stars, maybe you have that app CoStar or one of the other astrology apps, you want to note these dates because these are going to be the dates where we have really good stuff going on in the world of love and money. So I'm going through the first 3 to 4 months of the year. Here are the dates you want to know. First one is January 9th. January 9th, we have Venus trine Mars. Whenever Venus and Mars to come together, it is passionate, it is steamy, it is sexy, it is chemistry on steroids. And the trine represents the two of those speaking in harmony and it creates chemistry. So likely to meet someone that first week of January. Also, because Venus, the love planet, will be square Uranus. Uranus represents surprises, Venus represents love. Good times for love, great times for money, January 9th, January 14th. That meeting of the divine counterparts, Jupiter and Juno, for those of you who don't want just any kind of love, you want deep, soulful love, Jupiter and Juno will meet up on January 23rd. And that energy takes us all the way through the end of the year. Super exciting, good times for love. Then we get into March. On March 1st, we have Jupiter and Venus sitting together. Many astrologers will call that one of the luckiest days in love of the entire year when Jupiter and Venus sit together. They sit together once a year, and next year it'll be around March 1st. So January, February, and March, there is a lot of really yummy love energy. So for those of you who have been a little brokenhearted, things didn't go the way you wanted them to in 2022, I want you guys to use the holiday time to dust yourself off, pick yourself back up, get some good photos, get yourself back out there, update that profile, get your girls, your boys to build you up and remind you of what's awesome about you, because the first 3 months of 2023 have so much potential when it comes to love coming in that I don't want you to miss this being hung up on the past. Remember how we started this conversation today? There's a whole bunch of things that we're being shown we're going to have to let go of so that we can embrace the new. Our hands cannot grab something new if they're gripping onto something old. What's going at this time, let it go, because new is definitely on the way. Even if you're wanting a restoration with somebody old, doing a new thing at this time, presenting yourself in a new way. I'm not just talking haircut, but let's just say you might have some low vibrational behaviors that co-created where you two are at. Getting into some high vibrational behaviors will also help create a brand new quantum leap into a new territory, if that's what you're looking for. So super exciting. I love this energy. And the last date I have that I set aside for you guys was April 11th. Shout out to the Aries in the house. We've got Jupiter conjunct the sun on that day. And that's also what astrologers would call one of the luckiest days of the year, just generally speaking. So there's a lot of great energy in the first several months of the year. And I just wanted to make sure I shared those with you so you guys knew you had something great to look forward to. We just need to attend to taking out the trash of 2022. Thanks for letting me share that stuff. Really appreciate it, ASO.
Of course. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I am really looking forward to the upcoming year and really looking forward to taking out the trash. So, I did want to ask you a couple of questions because I do know that you are launching a class so people can learn astrology with you. Can anyone learn? Is it for beginners or more advanced students?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Okay, so yes, and this is where the gift that I have for you guys comes in. Anyone, in fact, can learn astrology with me, whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or you're somebody who might be more advanced, but you're really hungry. You like the way I vibe on the stars and you want to take your education deeper, or you're curious to know about the divine counterparts. You can do that with me. I teach that in my star school. Star School is the way that you can learn astrology with me. And I use the stars, and I'm sharing this with you to help you make sense of your life. Star School is where we'll unlock your patterns for success in love and relationships, discover your best career path and best times for money. And I'm going to give you some keys to start to understand people whom you love. If you've ever had the situation with someone where you're like, what the, why do they communicate like this? What is going on? Why can't they just respond to a text? Tell me what they're thinking. Why can't they just listen when I'm talking? If you've ever had communication shutdowns and breakdowns, Star School 101 is going to help you understand how to get past blocks in communication and connection. I've got an incredible 20-page workbook that you can fill out over the course of the 4 classes. And if you fill it out for yourself, you're going to know more about you. If you fill it out for someone you love, whether it's your mom or your dad or an ex or your best friend, you're going to learn more about them. And you're going to understand why they do what they do and why they are the way that they are. I have 4 ways that you can get started in Star School. I'm offering Star School 101, 201, and 301. 101 is Astro Basics. And if you do nothing else but just sign up for 101, you're going to get so much understanding of everything we just talked about. You're going to go beyond sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to help you understand how to decode a chart like the one we just looked at for yourself and understand other people. And you're going to be able to understand what's coming up in your life when the different planets move through the sky. If you decide you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole with me, or you're already really astute at astrology, I've got 201. This is astrology for twin flames, divine connections, soulmates, high level love connections. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, I'll teach you how to understand seasons of union and separation so you know precisely what to expect with your person and what's going on and when it's happening and when divine love is likely to show up for you. Something that's a little bit more than just, this was cute, we spent a year or so together, but he's not for me and I'm not for him, or she's not for me and I'm not for her. If you want something real, 201 will let you know when it's coming and how to find it in your own chart. Now, for those of you who are like, F love, I'm here for everything else. ASO does some really solid readings on everything else in addition to love. So if you have not been listening to her pick of cards on things that have nothing to do with love, but instead about your healing, your growth, what's next for you, where your superpower is, if you've not been listening to those, I recommend you get into it because this girl will read your whole life. And if you want to go down the astrological rabbit hole on that, definitely check out Star School 301, because in 301, we talk about that North Node, the direction of growth and learning. North Node Mastery class will help you deepen your understanding of your lifelong lesson, why the F you came to Earth right now at this time, and what you can do to enhance your ability to have more ease in your life, especially if you feel like you've been going through a tough time. Star School 301 will help you unlock the way to make it easier and clear your path. Now, 101 is 144 USD. 201, also 144. 301 is 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks, like the other two, and that's 177. You put all of that together and it's 369. I've knocked $100 off for you guys, and I've made, or 465, I've knocked $100 off and it's 369 instead. Okay. Now that's if you want to do everything. I say if you're on a budget, you're conscious of your money and where it goes, which I strongly recommend. If you're on a budget, jump into Star School 101. Star School 101 is 144 USD. And the link to do all of this is below your video in the description box. And at 144, you're going to be able to walk away knowing how to look at your chart, knowing what your Venus sign is, what it means in terms of love and money for you, what kind of person you're looking for, what kind of person's going to be attracted to you, what you need to be doing in the world of work and school, what time it is in your life, what season it is. And if you're blocked in an area of life, how to unblock yourself. Star School 101 is going to teach you that in 4 weeks. It'll also get you clarity. Like I said, if you use that workbook and you fill it out with someone you love in mind, it's going to allow you to get closer to them by understanding who they are. Okay. So that's super exciting. It's 144, link below the video. And if you want to combine it with one of the other classes, if you want to just do love stuff, I've got a union package for you. It's 101 and 201, link below the video. And if you want to really understand why you're here on Earth, I've got the life purpose package, and that's 101 and 301. So fun stuff, but the funnest of the fun is that I've got some free scholarships for you guys. Thank you, ASO, for letting me offer them. So for 20 lucky subscribers, as a thank you to ASO for being such a good friend to me and an incredible light here for the community, I'm just so glad I met her. I'm giving away to 20 people 101, 201, and 301 completely free. All you need to do is there's a link below this video with a little form that you want to fill out for a scholarship. Complete that form. Once you've completed it, in 24 hours after this live broadcast, I'm going to pick 20 winners. I will email the winners directly and also post the winners on my channel. So if you're not subscribed to me over at K-Moon, subscribe, because that's how you'll be able to know who won, because my community section will pop up in your YouTube feed. Subscribe to me over at K-Moon. Enter I think the form is like 5 to 7 minutes to fill out. And when you enter, all I'm asking you to share is just what you have learned from hanging out with ASO, because ASO does a lot of teaching and education here on her channel. She goes deep on what you need to do for your soul growth, your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health. And all I want you to put in there is what you've learned from hanging out with her when you fill out the form. And after you've done that, then the next thing you might win. Thanks for letting me share, ASO.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I just wanted to mention, guys, I just added the links and updated everything. So you may need to update the video or the browser. But the top link is Kay's channel. And then to enroll in Star School is the next link. And which link is the scholarship one, just to be sure?
Yeah, it's the bit.ly link. So I'll just pull it up on the screen so you guys know what you're looking for. And then in the thing I sent you, it's at the top of the page there. So you should have it there too, ASO.
Make sure.
But it's that bit.ly link. And when you guys click that bit.ly link, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. It's just a quick Google's form for you to fill out. I need your first name and last name, the email address so I can contact you if you win. I want to know what channel you heard about Star School from. You guys are going to select ASO Tarot here. And then I want to hear what you have learned from ASO. Put your answer in here. And then if you win, what you intend to do with your astrology education. People who have done everything or put anything in there have won. People who are like, I just want to understand my kids better. People have said, I really just want to understand myself better. Other people have said, I would be using it to just help me in private practice. I'm a therapist and I think it would help me help my clients. There's no right answer. I'm just curious what you personally would do. So we'll pick 20 winners at random. I've got a random name picker. So we'll pick 20 winners. And in 24 hours, you could be enrolled in Star School 101, 201, and 301. All the dates for all of the classes are in the links below this video. So you click on the links, it'll take you to the Star Schools page so you know what you're dealing with there. Okay. What other questions do you have for me? I'm also happy to answer other questions out like astrologically speaking, generally outside of Star School or Star School questions or scholarship questions if people have.
Yeah, if you guys want to take the floor and ask Kay any astrology questions or anything about scholarships or anything like that, the floor is yours. I updated it, so we do have the link to the Star School scholarship. Say that 5 times fast. And it is the very top link. So if you can't see it, I would refresh the page because that should be what fixes it. But now, if you guys have any questions, I will leave that up to you guys.
I just want to know how you got so pretty.
Okay, so it's the very top link. It's not on the Star School page. It's a bit link. If you can't see it, it's the very top. It says Star School Scholarship. Refresh the page if you can't see that. The first thing you see is K-Moon's channel with a link, refresh the page because there should be a Star School Scholarship link at the very top.
Maybe we should put that in the chat.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat as well. We're learning lots today, guys. This is my first time going live, actually.
You did such a good job.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we have a question about, do you do any kind of comparisons with North nodes in sidereal versus Western astrology?
Ooh, good question. Thank you for asking. So I talk about this over on the Star School pages and the frequently asked question box. I am strictly a Western astrologer. I do not practice sidereal or Vedic. I practice tropical astrology. If you're on my channel and you have found what I read and the way that I read accurate, then that's what I'm using. That's the system that I'm using is that. So if that's that's what there is to know about that. I stay in my lane on that, the tropical astrology, because I have found it to be the most accurate system for me to use. Great question.
I saw another good question about I lost it. I think it had something to do with sun and moons. Oh, this is actually a good question. In terms of names, like for filling out the scholarship, does it have to be a legal name or does that not matter?
It's constructive, especially because email wise, I need to email you and then I need to add you to the course. So it's constructive to put that in. Yes, thank you.
Someone asked about Chiron placements, and you have already done a very, very excellent class about Chiron placements. So, do you want to tell everyone about that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. I'm so glad that they asked about that. So here's the deal. If you've never heard of Chiron, Chiron is this little planetary energy here that looks like a K with a circle on it right there. You can see the chart, right, Azo?
Yes.
Okay. So that Chiron is what's known as the wounded healer, and everyone has a placement for Chiron in their chart. What Chiron brings to the table is a sense of what we call like the ever wound. It's the place in our chart where we constantly have something we're working to heal, integrate, or feel a sense of enoughness around. Everyone has one, it's in some area of the chart. Each of these signs, each of these houses represents um, a different area of life and a different aspect of who you are. Where that Chiron sits is a place where you're kind of constantly going to be working on becoming your best self in this lifetime. It won't come easy, but it will have a lot of rewards. That Chiron in the light, though, represents our leadership. So in the mythology, Chiron was not just wounded, but Chiron was also a teacher. And after we've really integrated our wounding, Chiron gives us the opportunity to step into leadership and guidance for other people and be a wayfinder and a way shower for others. I have a workshop called How to Master Your Chiron Wound. It's a 4.5 hour workshop that I did earlier this year. And when you enroll in the Star School Scholar Package as one of the first 100 people, or you enroll in the Star School Life Purpose Package as one of the first 30 people, and there are definitely still spots available for that, I am gifting you this 4.5 hour Chiron course for free. So I love it. A lot of people say it really changed their life to understand their Chiron in a new way and to see how, in fact, that does provide them leadership for other people. And I really want to empower you to have that when you're one of the first people to sign up for either one of those courses, those packages. Great question. I can take a couple more questions before I have to jet. Is there anyone
You have a
else?
really interesting question that I want to mention. What are your feelings on the quote sign? And I can't even say it right. Like, Ophiuchus. It's the 13th one. I can't say it.
Oh, I think it's called Ophiuchus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, so not that long ago, those who govern the constellations, the astronomers who have say over all of this stuff, and there was a period of time when astrology and astronomy were combined as one field of study. It was the study of the heavens. There was a period of time, it was around the time Christianity became known as a dominant religion here on earth, and emerged as a unification religion among the Roman empires, that we had the splitting of the study of just the movement of the stars from the interpretation of that movement. And we called those bodies of work astronomy and astrology, respectively. Astronomers were given purview over what's happening, what do we name it, what do we call it. And in recent years, they have found a cluster of stars, a constellation of energy that they are calling Ophiuchus. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. And they're considering it the 13th sign out of the 12 zodiac signs. Now, here's my opinion about the way these things work. All life is energy. All life is made up of what we believe and what we actually, and there's nothing here on earth that didn't come from thought, form, and belief first. Not the computer, not the laptop, not your headphones that you're listening to this from, not the chair you're sitting in. All of it came into thought form first. And it was through agreement with the thought form that it got created as legitimate and real here in the third dimension. So, in my perspective as an astrologer, is that until we get to a point where there is mass agreement around this sign's establishment and reality, there is going that particular sign or any new sign that we add to the group is going to be very hard to create validation around. The movement of Mars, for example, we consider him god of war, has the impact that Mars have because we have given agreement to the belief system that Mars exists as an energy. Okay. There are many people who don't believe in the movement of the stars having any meaning. And even one of my favorite early astrology teachers has said to me, said to all of us, she said, we are not here to be bound by what the stars do and don't do. We are here to transcend their influence as creator beings incarnate. And I firmly believe that one of the ways that we can master it is to know it so that we have the free will to do what we want with it. So I don't use Ophiuchus at this time. I'm waiting for mass adoption before I bring that into the conversation. But I know some astrologers do, and they have found great use with it. And that's my answer to that question. I don't say that it's negative. I'm just saying it's not in the world of use for me.
I love that. That is such a great answer. I do have a question for anyone. I guess I'll ask this on the behalf, especially of people who are going to be taking your class, is what misconceptions around astrology do you want everyone to be aware of so that when they come into your class or when they're studying astrology in general, they don't have any misconceptions about what they're learning or unrealistic expectations about how to utilize astrology?
That is a great question. I mean, I think I kind of touched on it with what we were just talking about. All of these planets, all of these stars, I think I really sit at the intersection of like fate and free will. My particular perspective is that even though the stars provide influence, they provide as much influence as, your next door neighbor cooking fish provides influence in your apartment. They may actually be cooking fish and you may get a whiff of it, but what you do with that whiff is going to be up to you. Do you revel in the scent of fish? Do you stomp around and wave your fist in the air? I can't believe they're cooking fish again. Do you get out your air freshener and say, I don't like the smell of fish? You get free will to choose what happens. We can see what's coming with astrology, but we get the invitation, but here's the deal. Life can throw the party. The stars can throw the party. They can dictate the weather, but whether or not you are comfortable, whether or not you're cold or hot, that's going to be up to how you deal with the weather that shows up. And so my stand for people, whenever we look at something like astrology, is that you come home to your mastery. You come home to your creatorship. You come home to your divinity incarnate as a creator being, and you get to exercise your free will by knowing what's happening. Instead of it happening to you, you get to exercise your free will and work with it and get the best out of things. And that's what I want most people to know about astrology, is that you're not bound by it. You're liberated through it when you understand it.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kay. And thank you so much for sharing this scholarship. I am so grateful and so blessed, not only to know you, but to have you as a friend and to be able to share these scholarships with all my friends that come and visit me on my channel. I'm so grateful you're here, and I'm so grateful that you are offering Star School. And is there anything else? Do you have any more time for questions, or where are you at?
I've got a jet, but this has been a pleasure to share Star School with you guys. Like I said, there's 20 scholarships. I was just like, ASO, let me give these to your people. You've been so kind to me. Let's be kind to your people too. They're such a great tribe. So thanks for letting me share those scholarships with your audience. And if you're called to look at the stars with me, K Moon, outside of that, then Star School 101, 201, or 301 is available in the links below this video. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for being here. And thank you guys so much for watching the live and for interacting and engaging with us. It was so nice to be able to sit down with you guys and talk to you in this way. So I'm sure I'll be live again soon, but that is all I have. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day or night, whatever you're doing, and I'll see everyone soon. Bye.